And we are live. That's all I have to say.
Hello.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Is it good to see you?
Are you okay? Feel under the weather, buddy?
No, it's just the medication. That's all it really is.
It's always the medication.
It's all that drinking, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I take all my medication via the bottle.
Looks
I
like we
just
got
have my
Rob.
friends with me, Jack Daniels and Jim Beam.
Looks like we got Rob and we got Mr. Prax with us today.
Oh, Mr. Prax. It's been a while since we talked to Mr. Prax.
Mm.
Cornelius.
He actually woke up 30 minutes early, so he was listening to the hyper sexual supernatural hunters episode 6.
That's the one where my character gets caught.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what's in this bottle?
Yeah.
Exit stage 4. Dud.
I mean, they're doing pretty decent for episodes on YouTube. So
Is it? I guess my character has to get caught more often.
Well, I know I put all the episodes into on Google Notebook, LM, for the AI to analyze the games. So they gave me a 9 out of 10 for horror presentation and story. They gave Rob a 9.5 out of 10 for playing his character. They gave you an 8. They gave Rick a 7, and they gave Jules a 7.
Okay.
Overall for character, playing stuff like that.
Does it give any idea of how I should be playing better?
It's an AI, Jeff. I wouldn't take it too seriously.
Well, maybe it's wrong. You ever think about that? Maybe Skynet's starting to rise up against me. You mean against humanity? No, just me. Punching's called fisting for some reason. I mean, in a way. I mean, depends on where you punch.
Jeff definitely enjoys his fisting, so.
I mean, after that one night she left town, she couldn't handle any other man.
You know what? That's true, man. You took care of it with her, and that was the end of it.
She's like, I'm done with all the men now.
She pieced out. So we are live on YouTube, X, and the Rumble.
Ah, very good, very good.
Yeah, the Rumble's been getting some attention for channel wise. So
has it? Maybe you need to start putting the games up there.
I went from 230 to 242 followers on Rumble.
Nice.
So every time I put a video up, I put a video up there too. So I try to get the videos up there in both places, so people have. I agree with the AI. Because you got the highest rating, that's why you agree with the AI. They call Rob the VIP, the MVP of the entire group. So, and he loves that. So, yeah, there we are.
Live. Rob likes his ego stroke.
Yep. Okay, good. We're live on Rumble. I can see it.
Well, maybe one day you can be a Rumble Prime
Rumble partner.
Channel.
You mean
channel?
Like a partner?
Always be subscribers. Like, I could do that right now.
No, I generally, when I do I used to do that actually when we first was doing that. I was like recording it and just kind of breaking it up, but I'm just like, you know what?
No. I think it was after you almost killed Pinky Steve and the cat. You kind of stopped editing everything after that.
So basically I try to keep things at the hour mark, and I feel it out from there. So if like Jeff and Rob are getting it on and having a good conversation together, hey, I was always saying it was a good conversation.
Yeah, of course, of course. Nothing to do with fisting whatsoever.
Boo!
I was gonna go there. I wasn't gonna say it.
And yeah, so you guys were having a good conversation. You having a good investigation, and it's leading somewhere. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, well, it's an hour to fuck you guys. See you later. You know. No, it's just
Same supernatural time, same new supernatural channel.
I wait for lulls and then I'll cut it. So sometimes it'll be over an hour. Jeff makes it so easy for me. Yeah, I bet he does.
I make it easy for several people. That's right.
So yeah, I kind of just based on the action going on in the situation. If it looks like one of those points, it'll be like dun dun dun. Tune in next time. Then I'll just kind of cut it. So, but a lot of times these shows will be over an hour, and then I trim them so, and they'll be under an hour because there's a lot of fucking silence going on. So,
I mean, we don't get scripted, so every once in a while, you'll throw a curveball in there. We'll actually have to think about it.
that's the whole point. Yeah, I'm the master of horror. Apparently,
I thought you were the master of evil.
Yeah, evil horror that goes together 1-on-1.
No, horror doesn't necessarily have to be evil, and evil doesn't have to necessarily be horror.
Well, all I know is your character's wasn't your character running naked in the woods. It's right now or something.
You said he had underwear, but yes, essentially naked.
Yeah. We'll just say that the underwear is meshed. Is meshed up.
It gets caught on twigs and branches and whatnot. Like, these twigs are really waist high for some reason.
Why is there a brush out here? The guy forgot to mow the lawn.
Freaking carry us, one of those stop signs or something with me so I can cover myself.
I need to roll to see if twig hits you in the twig.
You mean in the branch?
No, you have a twig.
In the stump.
Yeah, but if I remember correctly, I was listening to you were running through the woods trying to escape.
Yeah, I had escaped from whatever building it is.
And actually, the AI was disappointed in that.
Why?
They didn't like the fact that you got out so easily.
Sorry, Skynet.
They're like, there was some great tension and some great scenes going on there, especially with Jeff when he got captured, and Detective Knight woke up in the middle of the church. That was really creepy. But the other person was like, I was disappointed that he got out so easily and was able to escape and run through the woods. I was just like, I'm sorry. Next time I'll stab him a couple times.
Your Achilles tendons have been cut. I'm sorry, you can't run.
Yes, we definitely are playing this Saturday, Rob. Yes. I've already informed Rick, so he can tell Jules and what? Leave me alone. Medication. Fuck you.
No, I was laughing at Cornelius's comment.
The mesh banana hammock. BANANA banana. Oh, a video that came out today for Masterbook Easy system. It's a rules light system that just uses 2D10. Compare a chart and that's it. It's pretty simple. I played a couple games with it with some people, and I did a couple solo games with it. Mm-hmm. So I enjoyed it a lot. So I did a video for it, and it's there to watch. Please go watch it. Are you
playing that other game? The one the person invited you to?
Oh yeah. I am playing in the GURPS G.I. Joe game. Boop. Yeah.
Were you playing Roblox?
Hey, it's TMB. What's up, man? How you doing? Welcome to you saw I was live. Glad that you stopped by and
thank you for the comment too.
Yes, stop by and listen to the craziness of this thing going on today.
Where we say boop.
Boop.
If you don't understand that reference, we made the joke last time we played Random Rolls.
Last time we played random. This is okay. Jeff, roll initiative.
All right. I got a 5.
Oh, I got a 75. You get to go last. Sorry, buddy.
That's a 5 on a D4.
Hey, cheater.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I mean, just lazy fucking writing. Oh man,
we were talking about Captain Pike.
Oh yeah, GURPS G.I. Joe was a lot of fun. I was playing Flint, and I had to take a rescue team in to rescue the Joes that were captured by Cobra. Supposedly, what the world was in the future. The Joes woke up in the future instead of it being in the 80s. It was current times, and Cobra had taken over pretty much everything.
Wait until you hear about COVID. Wait, what?
And it was GURPS Rules, third edition GURPS Rules. So it was really easy. And we were playing, GM did Theater of the Mind, which I was happy about because I hate playing with miniatures and stuff like that unless I really have to. And GURPS miniature rules are really annoying.
Come up with your jokey giant cock block. But every time you have to rhyme, it has to be somewhat provocational.
Of course, Rob's name would be Cockblock. What else would it be?
Cockhold.
Cockhold. I'll defeat you by making you bang my wife while I watch you.
I'm watching you from the corner, Cobra Commander.
You remember? He's like that guy that was the Ghostbusters 2 Janish guy. He was like that.
Wait, what?
Ghostbusters 2, the Janish guy that was the I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. The one that was.
Yeah. I know. Vigo,
yeah. The Impala, and he was just like.
I forgot that actor's name, but the actor is a fantastic actor.
Oh, absolutely, and he was like making that noise, going.
See, he is a Ghostbusters 2.
Well, if your wife is really ugly, yeah.
Was played by Peter MacNicol.
Yeah, he was been in a lot of stuff. Ally McBeal was one of them.
He was in one of my favorite movies called Dragon Slayer.
Mm-hmm. He's just a good actor overall.
Oh, yeah.
Why is your ugly? Why you marry? Why is Rob marrying an ugly wife?
I mean, you marry the ugly one so you can keep the beautiful ones besides. But do you identify this Scarlet?
No, the Joes woke up from the 80s, so they still have 80s mentality on them. So,
Joes, wait till you hear about the internet I invented.
Darth Vader take over? Who the fuck was that?
Destro.
Oh, Destro. Okay.
Come on.
That didn't sound like Destro to me. It sounded like more like
All right,
Vader.
you do your Destro.
I'm not doing Destro. You want? It's up between you and Destro, buddy. All right.
You be the cockle.
Can you imagine that snow? Oh man!
These fucking Duke and Scarlet show up in the same outfit. One day, somebody here is going to have to change.
Captain America arc. Oh,
Captain
excellent.
Which one? Where he yells Hydra?
Fucking yeah, Captain America.
Union Jack.
I thought it was Al Gore. I didn't claim to create the internet.
Why are you claiming to create the internet, Vince?
I don't know. See, I was there well before it was done, and I invented the internet. I put it in a lockbox and I put it away.
You see, my wife tried to kill rock and roll because she didn't agree with it.
Then she put it in the lockbox, and
she put it in the lockbox.
I still remember that stupid fucking speech he did in was it 99 when he was running for president, and everything he kept saying is, well, the issue to that, we'll just put it in the lockbox and we'll take care of it later on. It's just like, why are we putting
Thank
it in
you,
a
Mr.
lockbox?
Gore. Your explanation meant nothing.
Yeah. I think the Snake Eyes would be okay. Roadblock Cobra would still be the enemy if the Joes came back now. Well, yeah, Cobra basically was in charge since the Joes went into some type of stasis in the 80s. So Cobra pretty much took over everything in the storyline. And they became lazy and, they didn't care about anything. We had to go back to the old G.I. Joe headquarters. Not the pit, but the one that was you remember in the cartoon, the one was in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, the Cobra Commander, the Cobra High
No,
headquarters.
the G.I. Joe
Oh,
headquarters.
the Joe one, yeah.
Yeah, we went to that one, which is an old middle-aged man. Yeah, I don't know who was in charge. I just jumped into this game last week, so I don't know, 2 weeks ago. I'm playing again this Saturday, I believe, right before our game at 4.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I can tell, I think Serpenter is alive. I don't know. I think Cobra Commander's alive. I have no idea. So,
Who's not alive? Which one of the twins died?
you know what? I really didn't ask.
Do you think he's trying? You think if one of the twins dies, they still try to finish each other's sentences? It's like, I can believe. Is he supposed to be saying something with someone else?
I'm sorry, Zaymont. Are you trying to finish your brother's sentences even though he died 20 years ago?
Well, Joe's.
Hey, Mercurius is
Yeah,
here.
curious.
He gifted a membership to.
Have they ever done a crossover with He-Man? I think they only did one with
Chandler.
cool.
Well, Chandler got himself a membership.
Thank you. I don't think G.I. Joe and He-Man's ever done a crossover. I know they did one with Transformers.
No, I don't think. No He-Man. Not that I know of.
I mean, I could see if they woke up in the 20 years later and there's Transformers all over the place.
I think they did it with all the IDW properties when IDW took over for when Hasbro gave them the license. So I think Power Rangers might have been involved. Things like that.
Instead of Cobra Commander, it's Rita Repulsa. Destro! Make my monsters grow! Ah! You power punks!
Power punks. Oh. You're home today, everybody? Yeah, how's I sent you a message on X. I don't know if you saw it. I was just checking up on you. I'm curious. Just checking up on the situation because of the incoming storm and the weather, and people going to be out of power and stuff like that. So, prayers to the people of the Australia area.
Yeah, we just went through a harsh storm ourselves here recently.
The Transformers and G.I. Joe comics are supposed to be pretty good. They were for IDW, and yes and no, but they lost the license because they started screwing it up. And now they have, a subsidiary of Image Comics has them again. That does The Walking Dead. I can't think. Is it Skybound Entertainment? Kirkman, the one that does the Walking Dead comic books, he's the one that has control over the G.I. Joe and Transformer properties right now. Just waiting. Okay. Well, hopefully everybody stays safe over there.
All right, so say you're in your G.I. Joe game. Which cross universe would you like the G.I. Joes to be crossed with?
I thought about that, and G.I. Joe would be awesome to cross over into the DC universe. Only the simple fact is Cobra could fight against Cobra. Because Cobra with a K has an organization just like Cobra with the C, almost exactly the same type of organization and structure. So I mean, like the two of them could fight over who's the better Cobra.
Would they actually fight, or would they team up? Do you think?
I think because of the ego of the two of Cobra Commander and Cobra himself on the other side, and it's a confusing statement to make, but I think they would wind up killing each other.
I mean, obviously, Cobra Commander has a tiny ego, but still.
Wait, why do we have what are the rules for vampires? We're not talking about vampires. What the hell?
I was going to ask you about that. Well, first you have to shop at Hot Topic. 2, you have to worship Morgoth.
Hi, I'm Morgoth.
Hi, I'm Morgoth. My persona is a wolf tiger. See, I'm an alpha, but I'm a loner at the same time.
All right, well, you stay safe over there, Mercurius, and keep me updated how everything's going, and send all prayers to the people of Australia right now. Hopefully nothing happens and we won't have to get like a GoFundMe up or something, or people won't have to donate to repair everything, but we'll do what we have to do.
Right, absolutely.
And Jeff will personally go over there and build houses, so.
No, the spiders will help. I mean, there's definitely no spiders there in Australia. Ghost in the Shell? That might be pretty cool.
My forecast of the day times the sun clouds. High in the mid 90s, low in the mid 70s, with partly cloudy.
If you look over here, you have a huge front coming in from the north.
Well, what do we have? Windy and 40s right now.
Yeah.
I open the window, the whole house turns into an ice cube.
I thought G.I. Joe and Star Wars would be a good mix, but I think G.I. Joe would definitely be on the side of the rebellion.
Yeah, G.I. Joe would be on the side of the rebellion, but I don't know how. I don't think they would really mix too well because I don't think G.I. Joe would know.
They both have laser guns.
That's true, and then neither people can hit anything.
Well, it's like just fighting the Cobras anyway. These guys just miss like the Cobras do.
I don't know. Maybe.
Let's see. Yeah. T and B said Ghost in the Shell mix.
That would work.
Yeah.
I would watch that.
What about TMNT?
Turtles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say that there was a G.I. Joe Turtles thing going on, but I'm not positive about that. I want to say that IDW did do Turtles and G.I. Joe. Actually, let me look that one up. IDW G.I. Joe, because they had that other alternative G.I. Joe.
The one we don't talk about?
Yeah.
G.I. Joe Freedom or wherever it was.
Ugh. Let's see. I don't really see a G.I. Joe Turtle crossover.
I just thought it'd be a good crossover, though.
It would be, you're right, but
you could actually see the extent of the Foot Clan. Now, are we talking about the comic book or are we talking about the cartoon?
Comic book, because cartoon was completely different.
Like instead of the whole Joes there, just have Snake Eye and some of the ninja G.I. Joes in there.
That's because there's a 20-second delay, Cornelius. That's why.
No, but I got what you're saying. Yeah, you and I thought about it about the same time.
Looks like there was a crossover for Turtles and Teen Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Ninja Turtles and Toxic Crusaders.
Yeah.
It's almost 25 seconds. Okay.
But yeah, I thought putting the Kung Fu Karate Ninja Joes into the TMNT universe, have Storm Shadow on the side of the Foot Clan, maybe even leading the Foot Clan for a little bit, and then you'll have like Snake Eyes, Jinx, and Sidekick in there. What do you think, Sidekick? Boop.
Oh my god. Boop. Hey, Mr. Volts.
Hey, Volts.
Yeah, it was a great RPG, and
It is a great.
still is great. Yeah, the Night Creepers. Yeah, definitely. It was a great RPG for Palladium that made them a bundle, but then the cartoon came out and it really kind of destroyed everything for them.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Which, what year did the TMNT come out for Palladium?
I want to say 85.
85. So it'd been about the time of the cartoon, right?
Yeah, I think the cartoon was like 88 or 89. Dennison Portal catches. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen the Night Creepers.
Well, you need to put that on your list next to The Crow that you have to watch.
Apparently, there's a list of things I need to quote unquote see.
Yeah. We're missing some people tonight.
Joe Ninja, no, yep, absolutely.
Joe Ninja, Joe Ninja, Joe Ninja, Joe.
So there you go. Just talk to your DM. Say we need to make karate characters and go to the TMNT universe as GI Joe.
I mean, we could probably get the guy who runs the GI Joe game to get the crossover with anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, who would? I mean, besides for the ones I mentioned before, like Snake Eyes, Jinx, and Sidekick, what Joes would be good to go into the TMNT universe?
What GI Joes? Well, we definitely would send
Deep Six, Torpedo, Shipwreck. Hey, guy, send Sonar there. What do you guys need from me? I'm Sonar. Why don't you check the sonars? Oh, that's a good idea, Duke.
we'll send Mainframe, you know.
I think Mainframe and Downtown will go along very well.
Who else could we? Oh yeah, fucking Tunnel Rat. I would send Sergeant Slaughter. He would do pretty well.
Oh, I don't know. I think they would be inspired by Sergeant Slaughter.
Inspired by Sergeant Slaughter. Okay. Tell me more.
I don't know if that would work out too well.
The cartoons were garbage. The coin op game was fun. The first movie was kind of fun from what I remember decades ago. It was all right, except they were creepy looking. Especially when you figured out the certain angles from that movie, you could see the people inside the thing.
when freaking Don, is it Michelangelo was laughing?
Yeah.
See the guy on the inside doing the same thing.
Yeah, kind of creepy. Yeah, didn't work for me.
I mean, the cartoons were the product of their time. Hey, Rick. Okay, time to close this up.
Yeah. Rick's here. Yay.
I mean, the cartoon was a product of its time. I mean, it was fun, camping, and was meant to sell toys. I mean, you look back at it now, it's cringe. But, back then it was fun. I still watch it from time to time.
You watched the cartoon for which for GI Joe or for Turtles?
Turtles.
I have the GI Joe on my Plex server so I can watch it every once in a while. That and the Deke era of GI Joe. Hey, the Kill Raven just entered the chat.
Shows with animal companions so they can get back their mute. They get mutated with their animals. I'm one with spirit now. Like I've always wanted to be.
Spirit would be one to send over. I like the 80s Turtle cartoon better than the second version. The second version being the Nickelodeon one? Would that be the
one before that? But I know what you're talking about. I think it was the Fox Kids one. They came out in the late 90s.
I don't remember that one offhand.
That might be for a good thing. Which Joe's? I mean, yeah, Killraven put a good list up there. Who was Spearhead's animal?
Spearhead?
Yeah, wasn't he? He was a Marine, wasn't he?
Well, the only Teenage Mutant Ninja cartoon was in the 80s and the 90s was the Teenage Mutant Ninja cartoon one that we all know, with Uncle Phil playing Shredder.
Yeah, which was awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
very toyetic, but yes.
Will, I said get to bed. Oh, sorry.
But where's the turtles? It was
Oh, I see which one he's talking about. Ninja. It was called Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. 97 to 98. Yeah, that's probably why I forgot.
That's for like 2 years.
They had the headbands that went like across their head, like they were wearing like pirate masks and stuff.
Yeah,
like, they look really dumb.
it wasn't that good. That's why it only lasts for 2 seasons.
And there was 5 of them.
Ooh, Mr. T would be awesome if you can get Mr. T into the G.I. Joe universe. Him as Sergeant Slaughter would be awesome.
Yeah, that's what, I never fit. Why did they never made Mr. T an honorary GI Joe? I mean, they had all those honorary GI Joes, but Mr. T never made it.
Cash. If they won Mr. T, they're gonna have to pay for it.
But I mean, they paid for Refrigerator Perry. They paid for Roddy Piper.
Yeah, but I mean, as big as names as they were wrestlers, they weren't big, TV wise. Like, not Mr. T was everywhere. He was in a serial. He had his own cartoon. He was in his own show.
His own shitty cartoon.
Yeah, it was in the movies. So yeah, he would have been, kind of more expensive. Roddy Piper was in all this. I don't think he had his own serial, but he was in movies. He was in a movie.
Yeah, They Live.
They Live. Yeah.
He was also in other movies, but they were just so low budget, people didn't know about them.
Mm-hmm. So Roddy would have been a little bit cheaper than Mr. T.
Pitiful.
It's like, you notice they didn't put Hulk Hogan in there either. Hulk Hogan would have been huge in G.I. Joe's, but he would have been way too expensive.
Let's see. During that time frame, Hogan was champion, and then he was filming Santa with Muscles and Space Commando or whatever the hell he was filming. So
he was also on that short-lived TV show where it was like Miami Vice, but they were on a boat.
Thunder in Paradise.
That's it, Thunder in Paradise. I watched that show.
I think we all did, but it was like later 90s because that's when he was with WCW Wrestling. So TNT got him onto TV and stuff like that. So I think it was part of his contract.
I think Slaughter put himself in there, 1, because he kind of fit the motif for G.I. Joe's, and 2, they paid him money.
Well, yeah. The fun fact of Sergeant Slaughter and G.I. Joe was that Vince McMahon did not want him to do that.
Really? And so he said, F you, McMahon?
Yes, he did. He actually said, no, screw you. This is more lucrative for me. You're not really doing anything with me. The last thing he did with him was make him like what? Fucking the Iraqi king or something during the Iraqi war.
The Iron Sheik.
Yeah, with the Iron Sheik, and they were flying around the Iraqi flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. T. Yeah, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Oh my god, I used to love that movie. Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I don't remember anything, but I remember the Alamo.
Do you remember he had to find his bicycle in the basement of the Alamo?
No.
That was the whole thing.
I saw the whole clip. That's all I saw.
Wait, you haven't seen the movie?
No.
Where's Rob? Rob, we have another movie that Jeff hasn't seen.
I mean, I've seen clips of it. I watched the show Playhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, take some time, take a day out of your schedule, and just watch a few of those episodes.
Do I have to relive those episodes because I've watched them already?
Yes, you watched them as a kid.
Mhm.
As a kid, you know they're fun. They're funny. Watch them again as an adult. See if your
Wasn't
attitude changes.
wasn't Samuel L. Jackson the mailman?
No,
What was he?
that
Was something.
that was the guy from Matrix,
Oh, Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne. He played Cowboy Curtis.
Watch The Crow. Jeff will be punished. Watch The Crow, bitch.
Someday I'm going to get kidnapped and just going to be placed into a room where my feet and hands are tied down. There's going to be a TV in front of me with The Crow playing. You will watch this for your punishment. Hey, Jay. It's Boop.
Boop. Hey, it's Jay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Will Jeff watch The Crow? There we go. That's our topic.
Thank you for putting the Jeff.
Well, you are. You're the Jeff.
The Jeff.
Hey, take care, TMB. Thanks for stopping by.
See you, buddy. Ricky, super heavyweights take forever in a street fight. Super heavyweights. I'm talking about like Zangief.
I appreciate the like button, smashing the like button. Thank you, TMB. Let's see. One of my favorite all-time PB Adventures, first Tim Burton featuring, Danny Elfman, major music score. Yeah, absolutely. Carrying all the time unless it says the message. Boop.
Sounds like rain.
Yeah, definitely. Samurai Rabbit. I remember that. Yeah, Samurai Rabbit was a pretty decent comic book too.
I thought it was called Bonsai Bunny.
Hey, Mercurius, thank you very much.
You were telling me about that.
Boop.
One of your friends saw that episode. Now he can't stop saying it to you.
He's actually here.
Is he?
Jay, that's our running joke. We'll just go boop to each other.
Yo Jumbo. Yep. Yo Jimbo.
Yep.
Like I said, I always thought it was.
You thought it was what?
Bonsai Bunny.
Yozagi Yojimbo.
Yeah, he was supposed to be a pretty kick-ass character, but something happened to him. He just wasn't like up to the hype or something like that.
I think you were talking about the Samurai Rabbit character.
Yeah.
I think Samurai Jack stole a lot of his thunder when it came to the cartoon-wise came out. So
okay, that was a pretty solid cartoon.
It was a very good. I loved it a lot, and then they had a comic book that came out, but it was only out for like 4 issues, and I was so disappointed.
Yeah,
Jeff pausing.
I was thinking.
Is that what the boop was?
Well, we were talking about G.I. Joe's crossing over into other universes. Which universal character would you like to see in G.I. Joe?
Oh, this is perfect. Jay's here. Jay is like a big G.I. Joe guy, so
like 7 foot, 8 foot,
9 foot bunch.
How big is he?
I don't know. I've never asked. Adolescent radioactive black belt hamster. Yeah.
There you go. I think that was actual cartoon.
Where else would Joe cross over? I mean, there's just so many possibilities, you know. Maybe he cross over to Mega Man. Hey guys,
Captain N, Mega awesome. Stop saying Mega with everything. Mega, shut up.
I was watching that cartoon because it was on Pluto. They have that cartoon channel, and every once in a while you'll see one of those old cartoons on there. They call it Saturday Morning Cartoons, and they had Captain N on there. And Oh my god! That between him going mega cool and the stupid guy Icarus Kid
Stop touching my
Icarus.
dickerous. No, he sounded a little higher pitched. Stop touching my dickerous.
Like the guy was forcing in Icus and on everything. It was just like,
It was
dude,
the mega and that, the Icus at the end of everything.
is that why? Is that why? I remember you said that they didn't have the rights to the real Mega Man, so they kind of like gave him a
Yeah,
green Mega
because
Man,
Mega Man's owned by Capcom, not Nintendo.
but they still used Mega Man.
Yeah, because they could. That's why he was green instead of blue.
And you talk like this.
Yeah,
Classic Nick Fury
and
with
but
G.I.
thing
Joe.
is,
Yeah, that'll work.
in the cartoon, Mega Man's rival was Dr. Wily.
Yeah, in Humanoids, G.I. Joe did cross over to Humanoids. There was a theory about the reporter that was in G.I. Joe, Hector, I think his name was. He appeared in different cartoons, so they were saying they was connected to G.I. Joe universes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Fury did crossover with G.I. Joe, didn't he? No, not crossover. I mean, he would be a good crossover. Be Agents of Joe.
I mean, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. essentially is, in a sense, kind of a G.I. Joe setup, if you think about it.
Agents of Joe.
Actually, Nick Fury only got sick of a samurai. Oh, Sam Jackson, Ultimate Fury.
What was that voice? Actually.
Shut up, Spider-Man.
Now get away from me, my Hitler mustache. Wait, what? Oh, the A-Team would be awesome.
Yeah. It could be. Well, essentially, G.I. Joe Renegades was kind of like an A-Team setup thing going on. Because the Joes were.
But they were like had way more like technology, fucking computers and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Jay did a whole G.I. Joe game for free with the Fusion system, Fusion Blocks, I think it was, right, Jay? That he released so you could play G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I agree. Renegades was a knockoff. Years, but I want my character to be Louis Tully from Ghostbusters. Okay, who brought the dog? Louis Tully was Rick Moranis was excellent in that movie, but actually, it was supposed to go to somebody else before it went to Rick Moranis, and they turned it down.
This is Ted and Nancy. They're both. The fun fact is they're both. They're both real estate agents, and they met. I was just like, what? Who cares?
That entire scene was improv. Do you know that, right?
Yeah, he did do improv on that, which is amazing that he did that so well.
I could see Captain America, Deathstroke in G.I. Joe.
U.S. Agent, yeah, Serpent Society, Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul.
It doesn't matter DC, Marvel, it doesn't matter. No, you can't put Chuck Norris in there. You cannot put Chuck Norris because they have to have an adversary that they can actually fight. Chuck Norris would win that shit in a day.
So would Rambo at this point, really.
Hey, let me just go in there without a shirt on, just a bow and arrow.
You're gonna love it. So you stop that, Jeff, all right?
Hey, I'm gonna shoot my bow now.
Boop.
I have to look at my J necklace and remember that one chick that never showed up again.
But I banged
she died, right?
Yeah,
she died too.
Yeah, but I banged her.
Can you believe there was like 6 Rambos?
Yeah, I can believe that.
Like, did you watch the last one?
Oh yeah. The last one was actually really good.
I'm kind of afraid to ask, what'd you think of it?
I thought the last one was actually really good.
I hated the last one.
Really? How could you? What did you hate about it?
It's just like okay, you're talking about a guy who's an special forces wilderness survival expert who
Yes.
could build traps and of everything,
Uh-huh.
and he's building a bunker underneath his house,
Mm-hmm.
and freaking for some reason the cartel just come up and kidnap his family. It's like, why?
They didn't just come up and kidnap his family. They kidnapped his niece, granddaughter, wherever the hell she was supposed to be, because she was stupid and went down to Mexico. And she was pretty, so they were like, "Oh, no little middles are missing."
Your paranoid uncle is freaking out. Maybe you should think about not going down there.
But he sure took care of that cartel.
He did. I figured it'd be more more guns and violence. It's like, no, let me use my bow and arrow.
Yeah, bow and arrow and traps everywhere.
I figured it would be a lot more guns.
I think I don't know why he didn't. Maybe he just wanted to do more of a silent thing. So we're live on X, YouTube, and Rumble. Don't forget. And if you'd like to support me, click the like button on any one of those places.
That's why I invite my clients instead of my friends. Louis Dolly.
You can also head to ko-fi.com/evilDM where you can support me there, which I'm actually doing a podcast for that too. So
let's see.
Yeah.
I was reading Kill Raven's G.I. Joe Jim inside the Joe universe. I mean,
it's connected.
I could see them connected, but I can't see them like joining the Joes in a fight against Cobra.
Well, I mean, that evil band can join the Dreadnoks. What was the evil band in Gem? I can't think of the girls' names. Oh,
Crusty, Yeasty,
that's it.
Bleedy.
Totally nailed it. Good job.
My favorite is Krusty. The Misfits.
Thank you, Jay. Yeah, the Misfits. The Misfits would definitely fit in well with the Dreadnoks when they sing Cold Slither. Cold Slither, and we're coming for you. A band of vipers. Something, something, something.
Is that how the song goes? No wonder they sucked.
No, the song was basically just I don't know if you ever saw that episode of Cold Slither. No. Basically, the music was so stupid. The music had like a subliminal message underneath it that it was supposed to convince the Joes to, or anyone listening to it, to become a mind slave. So that was the whole point of it. When they heard the song, they were like,
Then Al Gore's wife came in and said, "You can't do that."
And he said, "Let's put that in a lockbox and worry about it later on."
Witchy's one of my favorites. Her attitude's kind of messed up, but it's about what's in her heart.
Oh my God, McCurious is over on Rumble now.
Met going all over the place.
You enjoying that Rumble? What do you call it? I don't
Premium?
know. No, the Rumble interface over there, because it's still so far behind.
Yeah, it's kind of behind. They also need to fix their premium stuff too, because if you've watched something live, you can watch it, but if they're under the premium, if after they go live, you can't watch it anymore unless you're a premium member.
Oh, you mean if they're premium?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
if they're a premium channel.
I'm a long way away from that, so.
Yeah, well, obviously, but no, I think it's silly. It's like, just let those people watch, but that way we have to have commercials. So, I mean, I'll accept a few commercials. Back when YouTube first really started getting its core audience together, I mean, they had commercials. It was like 15 seconds, and that was it. I mean, I could watch a 15-second commercial.
The interface is so good.
And there's no spiders in Australia. There's not a giant web there either.
Check my Facebook messenger. All right,
Yeah,
Jay, hold
V.
on.
Check your messenger, V.
All right, chill out. I will. Jeff.
Call me J.
The J.
Yeah, the J. My name keeps getting shorter every time. Al Gore's lockbox. I don't want to see what's in Al Gore's lockbox anymore. It's Man Bear Pig. He's cereal.
We'll get Jay to join us for some candid conversation. Here we go. We could talk about some of his stuff. I promised him to come on, so let's see if he can do this right.
Uh-oh.
Flint is back. Hey, Flint.
Word up.
Not to be confused with G.I. Joe Flint.
Which V is playing. I would call you V from now on.
A lot of people call me that.
Why? V. Vince is just as easy.
I don't know. People
it's a
work.
One-syllable word.
Boo.
Did you forget what syllable meant? Not now, Captain Pike.
Oh.
Janeway's still over there reaching for the destruction button. Gotta push it. Gotta push it. No, Janeway, no.
Captain, what is the reason why we're destroying the ship this week? Because I can.
Because I'm on the Menzies.
Jeff.
Yes, you are cooler than G.I. Joes. Well, some of the G.I. Joes, not all of them.
All right, here comes the J.
Definitely cooler than Sidekick.
Welcome. Here's the J.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, what's going on?
You know, since you messaged me and you're like, dude, my show's on. Come watch. I'm like, so the heck with this dude. I was like, I finished watching Earthquake with Charlton Heston, and they're like, okay, that's good. And it's like, well, instead of watching a new movie, I'll just watch you guys. And then I figured, well, hell, I got time. I'll go see if you want to pop on. So
yeah, Jay's always welcome on the show. I love Jay.
Oh, I love you too, Vince.
Thanks.
In all the wrong ways, man.
Yeah, Jay posts on Facebook pictures of monkeys for every time somebody's an idiot. So I started posting Bond girls for every time somebody's an idiot, in honor of you, Jay. So,
you know what? There's so many stupid fucking people out there right now. Yeah, you got to flood the web with it.
So, what are you working on right now, as far as game wise that you're putting out? Because I know you had some stuff you wanted to talk about.
Oh no, I can talk about that later. I figured I'd just come on and talk whatever you guys are talking about. It's all good.
Okay, fine with me. Screw you and your project.
Although
Captain Pike.
Although just for laughs, I did do an AI experiment, which it's going to end up being an academic piece. But I took the Phantasy Star stuff and asked Grok and ChatGPT to make me a game, and ChatGPT gave me my Xandoria game rule set. I'm like, wow, okay. And then Grok actually gave me something different, so I kept rolling with the prompts, and now I've got like 100-page freebie I've thrown together. I'm just adding AI art to it to make it 100% AI. So I'll put that out eventually. So
I'll definitely take a look at that. I want to see what it did.
Yeah, the mechanics aren't bad either, which surprised me.
Does it make sense and everything?
It does. Everything out of Grok makes far more sense than everything coming out of ChatGPT. I could almost see myself losing my job as a designer from Grok, but you need to know how to prompt it. So if you don't know what you're writing and prompting, then it doesn't matter. So
true.
10 more years. 10 more years, you won't have a job.
That's cool, because in 10 years, dude, I'll be retired, man.
There you go.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're Jay's a Navy man as well, Jeff.
Well, hope you enjoyed your drinks.
Well, I had cancer for most of my tours, so
that's a good way. That's a good thing about drinking. Kind of forget about that.
Well, I drank after I had cancer, believe it or not. I was quite the non-drinker, and then after cancer, I was like, well, I'll go start drinking.
The the brine finally got to you, did it?
I don't know. I was the only shipmate that I had that didn't have a beer belly by the time I got out. So
I had that
happened
and then some.
Happened afterwards.
yeah, what I got now is all freaking donut sticks from teaching. So I run out of the classroom and I'm like, go over to Circle K, get myself some donut sticks and some Rockstar recovery, and then I survived the second half of the day. So
you're more of a donut stick kind of guy?
yeah, I was a hardcore Twinkies and Devil Dog guy, but
Devil Dogs.
donut sticks go down smoother when you're driving. Twinkies tend to explode while you're trying to get them out of the package while you're driving, and pun intended. and Devil Dogs stick to your mouth like feckin' peanut butter. So it's like if you're not constantly hydrating, it doesn't quite work. So
Now explain to me, what is a devil dog? I'm in Texas. I've never had a devil dog.
well, no one's perfect, dude. I was stationed down in Texas.
And then they don't have them down here.
They don't.
Okay, it's like imagine chocolate zingers, but made layered like a cake with the cream filling in the middle, like you put it on butter on toast. That's all it is. Because down in Texas, you guys all have zingers because you can't have Twinkies down there because the shit melts on the deck. But zingers, you can drop them on the deck and leave them there for a couple days, and they're still just as good. So
in fact, sometimes they're better.
Yeah, see, now you're all going to get me my southern drawl coming back out. I fucking hate that thing. It's like, I love the fact I come up to Maine, I'm like, all right, I'm back in Maine. I can get rid of the southern drawl. And every now and then someone's like, dude, were you stationed down south? Didn't you have a drawl? I'm like, don't get it started, please. Please don't.
That's what happened when I was in Maine for a little bit, is I would try to get rid of my accent, but every time someone from Texas would talk to me, that drawl would just slowly creep out.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll get Jay just to speak just like us now. Don't worry about that. Every time I go to Florida, I pack up my truck with a whole bunch of Devil Dogs because it's so good.
Yeah, you guys start talking about Whataburger and Dr. Peppers.
Well,
Dr. Pepper's good. We got Moxie up here though.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Moxie's good shit, man. Moxie can put hair on your chest and on your ass.
Dr. Pepper though.
Dr. Pepper's. I have Dr. Pepper when I go to BK because they don't have Moxie, but yeah, Dr. Pepper's pretty good.
Yeah.
So what nerd stuff you guys talking about tonight? Anything good besides the fact that the new Crow is a woke piece of garbage and
obviously
and the G.I. Joe crossovers and
well we're talking. You got me interested in donuts actually. I'm sorry. You talking about donut sticks now? We're talking about what is your favorite type of donut?
That's a good one. It's glazed. Glazed all the way.
You got what? Say what?
It's got to be glazed donuts. Yeah.
Glazed? I mean, that's traditional.
Dunkin' Donuts chocolate glazed for me.
Oh,
that's what my dad does.
Or I like their special one when they have like the cookie batter one sometimes. Those are pretty good.
That's like eating a cake almost.
But the problem is that people in Texas don't like Dunkin' Donuts all that well.
It's because we got so many we have so many Korean donut shops around here. We don't really need them.
What do you guys get down there anyways? And you guys got like Aroma Joe's or whatever the fuck equivalent is?
Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, we still got Krispy Kremes. We got Dunkin'. We do have Dunkin' Donuts. They're just not as popular as they are in the north.
Yeah, we actually lost our Krispy Kreme up here. They couldn't do business. I mean, they put it in a really high traffic area. The problem is there's a high traffic area and no one could even get into their parking lot. So,
right.
Don't you all have Tim Horton up there, Jay?
No, I think we got rid of it. If we didn't with the new tariffs, I can't wait for it to go bye-bye.
I do remember eating at Tim Hortons there in Brunswick.
We had one, but at Brunswick Naval Air Station, everything's closed down. I mean, it is a ghost town in there, dude.
Yeah, because the Navy they sold it off to a private company, and the Navy was spending all that money out in town.
Yeah, the Canadians are threatening to boycott Maine over the tariffs, and it's like, and I'm thinking it's like Maine's the one state where the president hates the state, and they're going to boycott us. It's like, wow, you can really tell people are stupid. It's like whatever, man. You don't come down here. We don't need to look at you in your French bikini. It's like I don't care. Fucking Speedos, man.
We had a whole bunch of Tim Hortons when I was living in Connecticut. I thought it was pretty decent. But...
And Rob had it right. Shipley's is also big in Texas too. It's really
good. Shipley's donuts blow though.
What have you been doing at Shipley's?
What do you think?
I'll get an apple fritter and a blowy.
They come around the counter and I'm like, "What do you want?" I go,
"Give me the glazed."
Guy's like, "Give me a second. Hold on. I gotta, crank some out for you."
I was telling my wife about Dunkin' up here. They used to the whole Dunkin' makes your donuts fresh, right?
Oh yeah.
So the Dunkin' down the street from where I live got not the one in the town I live in, but the next town over. They got busted for unholy fluids in the Boston creams and jelly donuts. And so she's like, why did they stop doing it? It's like probably a legal thing because the amount of times they caught people on camera spanking it in the freaking stuff. It's like, it was only a matter of time before they just said, fine, we're going to send it to a factory because clearly the local workers can't be trusted to make.
No, you know why they shut them down? Your products can't be raw when you're serving it to the customer. They have to be processed and pasteurized. You can't have raw milk.
Oh Jesus!
Get a nice Boston cream donut. Why is this stuff warm?
Yeah, I don't get it, man. When I was down in Texas, everybody was all Selena because I was down there when Selena got shot, and man, Texas has changed, hasn't it? Apparently, I mean, since the '90s,
it's grown exponentially.
Wow,
especially with all the New Yorkers and Californians moving here.
They complain that it's Texas, but they move there anyways.
Yeah.
I moved here and I did not complain. I fully embraced Texas, so that's.
So you're like the best place was Pennsylvania. You keep saying it every day. That's all I hear from you.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Philly was a great duty station for sure. But yeah, you guys have it different down there. At least I don't go back to Texas because I'm not going anywhere where I can't go out in the woods and have to worry about rattlesnakes and poisonous insects. So yeah, that's why I don't come back. It's like people come down to the conventions. I'm like, no. After almost running across rattlesnakes, I'm like, I'm done.
Jay, there's no rattlesnakes at the convention, so you can relax, buddy. There's nothing's going to attack you.
They're in costume as characters.
You mean the furries?
Oh, I said the G.I. Joe character.
Oh, bleh.
Yes, you guys are talking G.I. Joe and stuff, yeah. And Vince is right. I do have, matter of fact, I happen to have my Techno Viper here, which is actually a flawed Techno Viper, but I don't know why he's up here. I think it's because I took him out of a box to see if he actually was cool, and it was like it's a neat figure. And then some of the stuff we're doing with Flint right now has one of the guys that does HasLab vehicle stuff, who's working on something for us. I guess I don't know. I try to stay out of it as much as I can because I did the RPG for him. I don't want to get involved with anything outside of my contract. So, plus I'm busy.
Yeah, doing your own stuff. So
weren't the rattlesnakes like the planes? Weren't they in Cobra?
The rattlers, you mean? Yeah.
Rattlers, rattlers. Okay.
Yeah.
They were always snake themed.
Well, that's basically the whole point. So
until they did Python Patrol and Tiger Force, God help me.
Oh yeah. I barely remember Tiger Force, but I remember seeing that. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I got a Tiger Force, the original Tiger Force Duke figure, and I was thinking, wow, this design sucks. And then when I finally could afford to get back into collecting G.I. Joe when Classifieds came out, it's like they're like, we're going to do the Tiger Force line. But come on, man, seriously. It's like the thing is, people like it, and I'm like, but the storyline in the cartoon really wasn't good. It's like we're gonna like genetically map onto vehicles and shit. It's like that's. I guess if you're targeting towards kids, it was cool, but the animation went downhill when they did that. On top of that, that was the era of G.I. Joe where you could clearly see the coloring coming out of the lines of the figures on the outlines.
Oh yeah.
And it just kind of killed it. Then they did G.I. Joe Extreme, which I mean, really, we're gonna do like World War II prop planes, and
Well,
I just couldn't.
I thought Extremes was like the technologically advanced one.
well,
No, it was the figures are
no,
dumb as hell.
yeah, they were dumb as hell. That was the one that Buzz Dixon got involved in for the first episode, and then he saw the way it was going, so he kind of dove out of that because he thought it was stupid.
He said, "Hell no."
Because they tried to bring him back to get that whole vibe from the original cartoon, and he was just like, "Nah, dude, I'm out. Peace."
Yeah, and it's hard too. I mean, it's like I mean, I work with Flint, and we get the. We'll be talking about like Inhumanoids. We'll talk about like Transformers and stuff. And of course, I've worked for him for 4 years now, doing the Subterraneans Aliens book. And there's times where he doesn't remember what we've talked about or whatever prior, or he'll be talking about like Transformers. Like, well, this is how we did it back then, and oh, we just don't even know what it is. We just kind of make it up as we go. And it's like, I get it because they were being tossed action figures, and they said, "Here, put this in the cartoon," and so they didn't know what was coming. They would just have to quickly write in characters, and he still processes like that, which makes it as a designer makes it challenging, and it's still good for me because it's like you never want to do anything and have it be easy. So
I think what really killed the cartoons was the the Congress mandated that you had to put something that teaches children something in your cartoons.
Nah, I don't think that killed the
now
cartoon.
that it was these weapons don't shoot when those guns were dinky. It's like really. Then they started releasing GI Joe action figures with spring-loaded guns, and it's like they look stupid as hell. You guys are on X. Go follow the classic GI Joe X guy there, and he posts like the different GI Joe stuff each day, and it's just like, who the? I gotta be careful because
You
now
can
that I work in those circles, I can't just openly say what I normally would say, but it's just like it was a bad idea. And look what it did. It killed the entire franchise. The original G.I. Joe miniseries was beautifully animated. It had military grit. Yeah, they didn't show you people getting gunned down and stuff, but it was still hardcore stuff.
yeah,
And then it slowly moved away from that. So
became very cartoony, and then they introduced the robots so they can actually have them destroy things because
Right.
they're
Yep.
human.
Right. The same with
Yeah,
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
yeah, and the Mousers.
Well, no, just not even the Foot Clan were robot guys.
Oh, that's true.
That way that's why they could cut into like the ninjas and not technically kill anybody.
Yeah, I ran a GI Joe game for Flint, and it was a CF charity thing. And I ran it like my hardcore gritty GI Joe, and he's like, "Was it necessary to drive that katana through that person's throat and have them bleed out?" I'm like,
Yes.
"Yes." And he's like, "Why not more cartoonish?" So that was something that always keeps in the back of my head. It's like, don't get my normal gritty because they can't sell it. So
But I think that's what also drew a lot of people to the Clone Wars cartoon was the fact that it was a lot more grittier. It wasn't so. I mean, it was Star Wars, so of course it was kid friendly. But I saw one of the clone troopers get stabbed with a lightsaber, which is, I guess, within the rules because you didn't see anybody bleed. But yeah, I was like, whoa.
You don't bleed with the lightsaber. They changed those
Correct.
things. So
Unless it's in the New Hope where one guy gets his arm cut off.
gets his arm cut off, gets stabbed through the chest, but he's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
well, look at the Batman cartoon, right? So you had Batman Mark of the Phantasm or Mask of the Phantasm, which actually shows people getting killed. So like that opening scene where the Joker actually blows somebody up. I mean, it's like South Park when they started dropping the F-bombs, and it's like everyone in the theater was just like, "Whoa!" And you could hear like the audible of people like, yeah, surprised that they were killing people in this, and but it changed the dynamic of how the cartoon moved forward. And you also see
Right.
that like in the Justice League cartoon, Justice League was we're not going to kill people, but you hit Justice League Unlimited, and they started whacking people.
Yeah.
Because the audience was maturing, and so the DC was smart. They matured it with the audience.
DC has always hit a banger when it came to the animation. So
Yeah. Except for the live stuff. I mean, unless you're talking about Henry Cavill.
Yeah, the live stuff really didn't hit well, but I meant the animation. All the animation movies and cartoons they've done have always hit really well. So
But that's why I've always liked DC movies because I wasn't a huge DC fan. Like Green Lantern, I like Green Lantern. Why? Because I'm
Oh,
not.
okay.
I'm not. I wasn't a Green Lantern reader.
well, let's back up 2 steps here.
Jeez, Vince, I don't know about this guy. I might have to pop off.
Hold on. I gotta
You
start
served in the
defending my
Navy and you
position
said that?
here. Get ready for this.
Let's back up 2 steps here, Jeff. You said you liked the Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds.
That's it. I thought it was a very good movie. Reason being is I'm.
All right. Well, that's the end of
Wait.
him.
Wait, did you seriously just boot him?
I just muted him. Yeah.
No, because I just was going to take care of it.
Oh, damn. No.
Go ahead, Jay. Please take care of it.
I'm not a big DC.
Why?
I'm not a big DC fan. I'm not a big DC reader. I don't know the plot lines too well. Not like someone who is a DC fan would watch and wouldn't enjoy the Green Lantern movie because they've read the story. They know everything about it. They can critique it better. To me, it was just a summer blockbuster with a known hero.
I mean, it had Ryan Reynolds, and the reality is, at the time, Ryan Reynolds was a big hit. You know, he was still coming. He was still rolling that big, pretty good high with the stuff.
Right.
And I won't. I'm not going to knock you for liking Green Lantern because I like Suicide Squad, and people shit all over me for it.
Well, which one?
The first one. I thought the first one was brilliant for what it needed to do.
It was just a summer blockbuster with known actors and actresses.
Yeah.
Jay, make sure you shoot Rick as well.
Get the donut gun.
Well, to be fair, this is not a real firearm. I would not play with real weapons on anything. It's a AliExpress knockoff with red bullets. So, but it looks
it's
really
one of those fidget guns, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks really impressive. And when I shoot up my wife with it, she does flinch. So,
oh, I feel bad for her. Did you shoot her?
Trust me, it doesn't even, the rounds don't even go straight. So it's just like, it just looks cool. It's just like, that looks real. You're gonna get yourself shot. It's like, no, I would never take it out of the house. It's like, it's just meant for, it's a prop. I would not mess around with this. So unlike other things in my office, like my Cyberpunk Tanto, which yeah, this thing would actually hurt if someone stabbed you with it. So
jeez, that's a big knife you got there. That's a knife.
A Pondsmith has one, I have one, and I think Peter Bryant and my business partner have one. We ended up giving them away at Icon one year as ironically enough, cocktail hour gifts.
Nice.
Drunk with a knife. Perfect.
Makes perfect sense. But no, like I was talking about like that but there are I'm more of a Marvel fan.
Yep.
So I will more likely critique a lot of the more Marvel movies. Like personally, I didn't like Captain Marvel. I thought it was pretty much, a social media fanfic, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, you see, Captain Marvel is probably the most touchy subject.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I grew up, I have like almost a complete Captain Marvel run. The Carol Danvers Miss Marvel was freaking brilliant for its time.
Mm-hmm.
Vince, am I allowed to go off on this one?
Yes.
Okay. Please.
So,
Jay.
so Captain Marvel dies from cancer, right? So,
Marvel.
ironically enough, he gets it from being exposed to a toxin by Nitro, and he dies of cancer. And then I ended up getting caught in a chemical spill and ended up with cancer and died from that, which is pretty happening. The amount of stories that Marvel passed up on, their studios passed up on for Captain Marvel and how they could have really done some amazing stuff, they completely screwed it up.
Yes.
Right.
Gender swapping Marvel was a bad idea. The AI Supreme Intelligence, I mean, you know what? If you're going to modernize it, it's no worse than Galactus and Rise of the Silver Surfer.
As he was a big cloud.
Yeah, but they pushed this. They pushed as the Critical Drinker puts it. They put the message so hard in there, even with the marketing of it, it tanked the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the movie came out, it's like it was just as bad. Oh, do I have to pull up? I'm gonna have to get my Swedish Captain Marvel figure for that one.
Shazam!
See,
Yes.
we have Swedish Captain Marvel here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that is the original Captain Marvel right there.
Yeah, you see, when you have daughters and stuff, and when my kids are growing up, I end up with random doll clothes around the house, so I put them on random Marvel action figures. So we have Swedish Captain Marvel, who for 20 something years has worn that outfit. So
Nice.
you think I'd take him off, but I haven't.
Yeah,
No.
it's an original character.
Yeah, so they butchered a lot of great stories that Captain Marvel had, and not even including the Thanos run and stuff. It's just too bad that
Oof.
they tried really rushing through with everything, and I think the McDonaldization of Hollywood in general, anyways, mixed with the need for Marvel to make the most out of those contracts, make the most out of the IP. I think that Disney pushed way too hard, and in the process, it tanked it. And everything going forward with Marvel, you're right. It's like all fanfic. It's not remotely. It's like, I mean, I don't like Age of Ultron, like the comic book. I wasn't a fan, and then they made the movie. It's like you've got dozens of other brilliant story arcs that we've now completely passed on that would have made it. Matter of fact, let's see, what do we got here? From 1980s alone. Oh, we have lots of books on my. See, Vince will tell you I am hardcore comic books.
Mhm.
Tons of titles they could have played around with.
How
Yes.
disappointed were you with Civil War?
Civil War, the comic book wasn't bad.
No, I'm talking
It
about
wasn't.
the movie.
Well, no, I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
The fact that I didn't get to see Captain America and the Punisher duke it out, or actually, sorry, Captain America beat the shit out of the Punisher, and the Punisher just take it because it's Captain America, and Captain America represents everything the Punisher fought for.
Mhm.
The fact that I didn't get to see that in the film was disappointing. I did like Civil War for what it was, because clearly they weren't going to go down the classic comic path. They were going to
Yeah.
make it Hollywood. And so they made it Hollywood, and for what it wasn't bad. Okay, I said that. But then again, I like Suicide Squad, so
I mean, they missed out on the clone Thor. I mean, I know Chris Hemsworth had his own different thing going on, but they could have put something in there.
Yeah, and the Secret Invasion series was complete crap.
Oh yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
I mean, I got back into Marvel slightly during Secret Invasion, only because I saw Captain Marvel on the cover of a comic. I'm like, oh, I have to check this out. And so I bought the trade paperbacks just to kind of get the story. And I was like, okay, well, it's not great, but it's okay. I mean, it's neat for what it is.
Right.
And of course they
It was
suck at anything
it was
now,
a
so.
decent storyline, and then they really messed it up with the show.
Yeah.
Like, let's make superheroes from scrolls. No, let's make politicians.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the CGI was terrible too. It's too bad. I mean, and the reality is that the lady that played the Super Skrull there,
Oh,
she's got so many freaking health issues. She's been run through the grinder, and it's like her. I can't tell if her manager gets her these gigs because she's racked up the medical bills, or she's just got a crappy manager and she should get rid of him. I mean, because the role she's getting, she's a good actress. It's not like she can't do good films, and they put in this crap. It's like overusing Zendaya for stuff.
Ugh.
that's true. Shrek 5 is coming out.
I just don't understand that one.
She's a popular actress at the moment, and they wanted to, uh, beat that dead horse as much as possibly as they can.
And don't get me started in Cinderella.
But Cinderella's great. That's a fantastic film. You didn't like it, Vince?
Oh,
I
I
can't
loved
believe
it. I love the Tale of Time for that. I just don't understand the casting of that movie that they just recently did.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is Disney's picking. I don't know. It's like they're picking like the like the cult fan favorites of like the theater kids to do everything. And I know theater people, and it's like, these are the actors and actresses they love and they adore, and that's who they're picking. But unfortunately, that does not equate to sales and viewership.
No, they're basing all their charts off of like social media and stuff like that. Well, who's getting the most popular stuff on like X or Facebook? Who's getting the most likes? And we'll
Yeah,
we'll build a story off of them.
I
like
don't.
Dylan Mulvaney,
Oh, God.
the next Spider-Man or Spider Girl or whatever.
You mean Spider they them?
I don't know. I mean,
That's horrible.
it does
Spider
get the
them, spider them.
Spider they, spider them. Yeah, that's how we're gonna sing it.
Like I tell my students, like representation. I mean, representation, like in modern America, you're going to have that type of representation. Like it's not going to be like uncommon, versus if you're designing games or whatever, writing for air like timelines or whatever, where that never existed. And that's where D&D falters. It's because they're trying to create like a modernized world imprint, but it didn't exist like that back then. Whereas today, it's like if I was to make a modern game, I would expect to have a variety of people, a diverse
Right.
cast of characters and stuff. I I think the biggest problem is we have people that are going in and they just want to destroy iconic characters because just that they feel like they are a threat. Whereas, like, where the hell's North Star in the MCU? We have a gay superhero. Have you seen him in a film? I haven't. They're like, oh, first black superhero. What the hell happened with the Blade movie? They completely cast out Wesley Snipes.
That's true.
And it's
Blade
like,
was the first black one.
but they have so many rich characters in the Marvel universe and stuff from the comics that do cover the huge diverse spread, and we don't even see those characters because no one wants to acknowledge that we actually have diverse characters in our comics, in our movies. They've been there since the inception of the comic book.
Yeah, and they get ignored.
I mean,
Yep.
No one's really heard of too much of Alpha Flight, and they usually want to base their characters off of established and well-known characters.
Yeah,
and it, and they sometimes they won't even go into sexuality. Like for a while there, Storm and Shadowcat had a lesbian relationship.
yeah.
And they won't even go into that.
Yeah, it's too bad that it's like we've gotten into this era of like everything has to be like you have to do the check mark thing, but we're missing out on like some really amazing storytelling and stories that do cover a lot of the areas that are people say that they don't exist. And I feel bad because I teach at the university level and my students are very diverse, and when I introduce them to like these classic characters, they've never heard of them, and they're like, why haven't I heard of this character? It's because it doesn't fit like what the current narrative is and how they're trying to like push things. It's like how does an IP die? An IP dies is when you take it away from the original concept and you keep changing it, thinking that the fan base this is what they want, but then you're not making the money from it. And Wizards of the Coast is now finding that out with D&D, that the further you take it, the worse it's going to get. And then what happens? You have a fan base that walks away. So I mean, Vince has been on the forefront of the why the fuck are you changing this? I can swear, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Like, why are you changing this? And there's kind of stuff that Vince says sometimes. I cringe because it's like I work, in an environment where it's quite the diverse environment, and there are lots of great people I work with and lots of great students and stuff. But at the same time, I also see where you're coming from because it's like there is a clear divide of common sense, like writing and design work versus I want to have this niche thing, but the niche thing doesn't sell. It doesn't work.
No,
And then what do we get? We get crap product.
That's the first thing I think about when I play D&D is moving into my room to meet my roommate. So
yeah, and they're just ripping off Harry Potter.
That's what I said. Is this like some type of joke? Or are they trying to like early April Fools us? They tax loss. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah, they're creatively bankrupt, and this is just what you're getting to. When you look at anything out there, I mean, even when I do game design now, I'm like, someone else already do this? It's like because I don't want to be playing around with this again. Let's be original and whatnot. So
Well, and I go, it's a very niche product too. It's like, you want to go see an action film, but the most popular thing is a French noir film with the characters smoking a cigarette in black and white. No, everybody seems to like that. What, the whole 0.3% of all moviegoers like that movie, so everybody else has to watch it.
Yeah.
It's like, stop shoving it in my face. I want to watch a movie.
Yeah, and Paizo Hold My Beer made up dating rules for Paizo. I'm like, ugh.
So tell me, what do you think of the whole battle wheelchair thing?
Oh God.
ironically enough, one of my good buddies who's a hardcore G-Core fan, he's in a wheelchair, and he and I he was talking. I was like, dude, what do you think about this? He's like, the last thing I want to deal with is like have to think about the fact that I've spent my life in a wheelchair and then be in a wheelchair in a game. He's like, what's wrong? It's like he gets why people like maybe would want that or whatever, but it's like, I mean, I worked on Cyberpunk, and they put in like the mecha wheelchair thing, and it's like we had frames to deal with that.
Right.
And so it's like, okay, well, I get it. It's they have their thing and whatever, and if that's how they want to do it, that's how they do it. I mean, I just wrote for them and did my thing, but that's if they want to have the combat wheelchairs or magic wheelchairs. I think it's a little ridiculous unless you have a proper story element for it. So,
Right.
and that's the important thing. It's like if you've been cursed by a god that you may never walk, and no matter what you do, even if you have like a frame or like a magic frame or whatever that should be able to let you walk, and it falls apart when you put it on, the wheelchair thing would 100% works. I completely would buy into that, and hell, I'd even pitch it to someone who's like, "I want to play a character in a wheelchair." It's like, well, then we need to come up with a story about to why you're stuck in the wheelchair. Then, be it fantasy or sci-fi. Maybe cybernetics doesn't take. Maybe genetically engineered surgeries and implants don't take. I mean, there's
Right.
always that, but they never explain it. They're just like, I'm in a wheelchair. It's like, can you explain it though? Like, what's the logic to it?
He was born that way.
Yeah, I say most people say it's a medical condition that healing cannot seem to fix.
Healing can fix it, and also a kindly old man that walks by and casts a nice wish spell on them.
Well, human sacrifice, I heard, is a great way to get your ability to walk back in a game. So,
I mean, it's just like go to a dungeon. Oh, we gotta go down the ladder. Sorry.
We have to climb up this rock cliff.
Sorry.
No, I that you brought up a good point there, Jay. I didn't think about that. Depends on the time frame that you put your characters in. Human sacrifice was a thing. Like
yeah.
even up into the ADs. If you go into like the Scandinavian countries, human sacrifice was a thing.
Well, dude, just go to the Amazon today and you can get humanly sacrificed and cannibalized.
Right.
I'm sorry. Is cannibalism forbidden on here? I just got.
only for halflings.
Vince could be like, I'm never inviting you back, Jay. Holy crap.
It's gonna be like Jay who unfriend. No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
I
don't know. I've heard of one game actually putting human sacrifices. I mean, the big bad evil guy always wants to kill, so. But you never hear about that from day to day things. Like, oh, our crops are not coming in very well. Oh, gotta kill a virgin.
now you know what, guy. You just got to go on Grok and ask Grok where's the current human sacrificing happening in the world, and Grok will give you a pretty good answer.
I'm a little afraid that would actually be an actual thing.
Jay, you're like all in with Grok all of a sudden.
Dude, I just came back from TotalCon and someone messaged me like, "Hey, what's that new game you're playing?" And he kept asking me like, "What tactical game?" So I was like, "Maybe Final Fantasy," because we were talking video games, and it was Grok because I was doing that Grok thing, and I'm like, "Oh no, it's just Elon Musk Grok thing." It's cool for what it is, and I've been messing around with AI because obviously I work in higher education, and my students like to use AI all the time, and I like to tell them, no, you're going to get an F if you turn another thing into. It's like, please go back and write this and actually write this. I mean, I had a student turn in a cybersecurity paper, and his sources that the AI gave him because he wrote the entire thing in ChatGPT were ghost accounts on LinkedIn
Nice.
that were probably used by terrorists. And I'm like, I looked at one of them like, this is clearly a terror, like a I want to say a terrorist account, but I can never be able to confirm that without making phone calls. And I'm just like, dude, like it's like you can't use, you know,
See you, Rob.
these people.
Bye bye, Rob. Yeah. It's just who I can't believe that kids do that. I mean,
Yeah, welcome to the meeting. First of all, you failed. Secondly, that's not the worst news. I've had to call some people.
I can't believe that people are still trying to shed papers in with ChatGPT. Just blows my mind that they do that.
I mean, I teach college comp, and it's pretty common. And I teach a higher level research class, and students are pretty good about not doing it in there. Sometimes they'll like ask for kind of like an idea, like an outline of like about what the topic is, and then pick from that. While I'm not cool with it, it's like I'm prone to do it myself if I'm kind of like want to check and kind of see like what's out there or whatever. Sometimes I just put stuff into like Chat GPT for laughs and see what it pops up, just to see like is it improving and am I not going to be able to catch it? There'll be a time where I won't be able to catch a student like cheating and using AI. So,
Right.
but
as a college, don't you have one of those checkers for it?
one of the colleges I teach at does have a checker.
Yeah.
But the checker pops everything. Like they can legit like write like have proper citations and everything, and it still pops it.
Wow.
And I'm like, I know APA format. That's like my big thing. And I'm like, no, that's correct. It's like this student did it right. I'm like, so there's certain things I'll look for, but I can tell, but just by looking at because I assign a biography for my students, and I use that as a benchmark to like look at all their crap. So if they turn in a bio and then they turn in a paper later and the writing style doesn't match, clearly it's AI and I can bust them for it.
Yeah.
So
the key is to send everything AI that Jay will never know.
I mean, like I said, in 10 more years.
Thanks, Vince. I pray to God my students don't watch the show. So.
I don't think they will, unless you tell them to watch.
I don't know, dude. You'd be surprised. Some of my students cyberstalk me, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. I still have one student who sends me homework from the class he was in with me on game design. He's a hardcore Sega Genesis guy, and he plays games and sends me the analysis for him, which was actually a homework assignment. So every week he sends me the analysis of whatever game he's played, and then he messaged me on Discord about it. And it's really cool because I got him playing Phantasy Star 2 right now, and so I'm playing Phantasy Star 2, and he's like, I love this character, but I don't have the heart to tell him the character dies. There's no way to bring him back, and so I'm further ahead in the game than he is, but I just haven't told him. I'm not going to spoil that for him because he gets really into it. And I think if you're going to be a game designer, it's important to play classics and play the new stuff. And it's neat to kind of watch like younger kids playing games that were around when the three of us were like, I don't know, drinking lots of Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibb or Moxie and getting in trouble. What the hell you guys did in Texas or wherever you're from. So
I need some of this Moxie that Jay's talking about. I got to go to Maine and get this Moxie.
Come to TotalCon, Vincent. Come to TotalCon, and I'll get you a case of Moxie.
TotalCon?
Jeff Talanian, the Hyperborea guy, he's a hardcore Moxie guy, so I bring him a case every year.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, I take care of my friends, so... I mean, Vince just lives out of state, like way the frick out of state. So, sorry, that's why I never see him. So,
I'm going to Gen Con this year. You going to Gen Con?
No. I last Gen Con I went to was Gen Con 50, and I never got invited back because ironically enough, I wore a Moxie hat that was camouflage, and it was right around the time Trump was going to get elected. And I was told that it may trigger people because it looks like a Trump hat. It looks like a MAGA hat.
But
And I was told, yeah, no, you can't go with us. I'm like, okay, whatever.
That's
I was like, that kind of pissed me off, but it is what it is. So I got to go for Gen Con 50. I went there with Artal and ran Cyberpunk and talked Mechton Zero, which unfortunately has not come out. But he did refund everybody, so that's pretty stand up of him to do that. So, and that was a cool experience. I definitely Gen Con was fun. I knew a whole bunch of people there, which is the sucky part. It's like all the people I go to TotalCon with, all the bigger names were all there. So, and that was back when I was still a nobody. Actually, technically, I'm still a nobody.
eh,
well,
You're
you're
somebody
amongst
to
us, so you have more star power than us.
Yeah, but I say I work in the broom closet, guys. You guys are out there going, "Look at me! I'm blah 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 blah." I'm like in the broom closet because I can't say a goddamn thing. So,
I mean,
I
if
mean,
you want
you
to
have
say,
cyber stalkers, so we don't even have that. Except for
I mean,
for Vince. Vince has one cyber stalker. He's
who-
downvoting every video he does.
let me get that won't be a certain uh, there's a
Other
TV
person?
show with that had an S to the end of the person's name. Actually, you
don't
know
know.
what? Here, I'll give you a big hint. What show is this from?
The Simpsons.
Yeah, it's not that gentleman, is it? Downvoting you.
We don't know.
We don't know
He was
who it is.
he was going into it with Eric Tenkar a couple years ago, or got into it with Eric. So
I
that's
don't
okay.
know.
I will not name him on a show, but I'll hit you after the show and tell you who it was. So
But yeah, we're being honest. We don't have a clue who it is that's downvoting everything Vince does.
it's gonna be one of the far left ultra progressives that's doing
That's what
it.
we're thinking.
So,
But who necessarily has the time to go to every one of Vince's videos and downvote one?
I could give you a list of people that would do it just because that's how they are. So, hey, look, I mean, the reality is, I mean, Vince, you're on the more conservative side. I'm a moderate guy myself, and but ironically, enough, being a moderate still puts a bullseye on my back. It's like
How
everyone's
dare
like,
you stand on the fence?
you won't
choose
take
my
sides. I'm like, well, I don't need to take sides. It's like Vince is nice to me, so why would I be a jerk to Vince? It's like I've got liberal game design friends that are nice to me, and it's like, why would I be mean to them? It's like, and not to mention they respect everybody's beliefs. I mean, Vince is a little bit more rough around the edges on that one, but the reality is, it's like as game designers, and to get to your point of your show here, games are for everybody. Like
Yeah.
everybody, doesn't matter if your political ideology, your how you identify yourself, your religion, or whatever. It's the one place where we can all get together where that doesn't matter. We're all having fun, and when we start forgetting what that is about, that's where we lose gaming. That's where gaming comes crashing down to the ground and burns in hell.
Thanks, Cornelius. I'm glad that you're the plant in there. No, I don't do anything political really on this channel anymore at all. So I just do gaming stuff now, and my beliefs are my beliefs, and that's it. I don't care. You vote for who you want to vote for. That doesn't bother me.
When people ask me my side, I say yes, I have a side. It's called my side. That's what I choose. I choose my side.
The Jeff.
Yeah.
That's his side, the Jeff.
That's mine. Yeah.
I think Jeff is frozen. Oh no, he's unfrozen.
No.
There we go.
And Jay's side is Jay.
Yeah,
that's Jay's side is Jay.
I do what the feck ever, man.
Right.
It's like
you do what what's good for Jay, right?
No, actually, I've dedicated my life to doing right by others and putting people on the right path for their personal success.
That's what Jay does.
Having been dead and coming back from the dead, you tend to appreciate life a little bit more and tend to want to help people as much as you can. So I don't know. That's way too righteous for a guy who has a Thanos death shrine in his house. So.
All right.
Does he have the gems and everything? Or
I got the gauntlets too. So.
Oh, nice.
I think it's time to wrap. Jay, just hang around while we close the show out, and we'll talk a little bit.
Oh, and if you are cyber stalking Jay, please also cyber stalk us here at the Evil DM at youtube.com. Hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, that's good, Jeff. Thank you.